You know that there's some poisonous mushrooms? Ooh. And there's also some pretty mushrooms. What color are they? Can they be like any color? Welcome to First Taste TV. I'm Alvin. I'm Bella. Today we're going to be doing the mushroom counts.
We're here for our Mushroom Council episode. And folks, if you've seen First Taste TV Season 1, you will know this lovely lady, Melissa Marsden. You're live and in person today.
I actually got to come this year. Yay!
And
thanks for being in Florida.
Yes, thanks for you being in Florida too. Well, we are extremely excited to have you here, and this spread looks amazing.
It sure does.
Well, thank you. First of all, we have to start because over there we have our gift kit for you.
This?
And yes.
For me?
For you. You remember the brush you need?
Yes, I've been bugging you about the brush.
The mushroom slicer, and we never keep our mushrooms in plastic. So those cloth bags are great for storing your mushrooms when you bring them back from the farmer's market or your own grocery store. Yeah. So we're here to represent the American mushroom farmers and producers. We are so proud to support U.S. agriculture and all the family farms that produce these vegetables for us to enjoy.
And Melissa, I can actually grow mushrooms.
You can.
In my own home. How amazing is that?
And in the classrooms, it's so great when you're doing harvest of the month or farm to school and you're able to buy those. They're very inexpensive. And when the kids actually get to see those mushrooms grow and break it off and taste it and then go into the cafe and try a new item, maybe even just a pizza, our favorite, and we can add it to all their favorite entrees because it helps to boost our immune system.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what type or variety of mushroom. In fact, in addition to all of these, you can even buy mushrooms in a bucket.
Ooh.
A bucket of mushrooms?
Yeah, those are thin sliced.
Okay.
Either fresh or blanched.
Ooh.
And they are just beautiful. So if you're looking to mass produce slices for something, outsource it.
Okay.
Buy it from your commercial distributor
But
already
I'm so good
done.
at slicing mushrooms. We learned that last year.
We can't wait that long. We do not have that much time. And one of the mushrooms you'll see over here, this is the traditional mushroom you see in the store sliced. It's more of a 1/4 inch slice. It's great fresh. You can cook with it. The other mushrooms in the carton are really thin. So they really go into a soup or a sauce really nicely. And they blend into any of those, any sauce or gravy. They work great in. I know we use them a lot in the South. They add them to a lot of their Cajun cooking.
Oh.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of that goes on. So
So I have a question.
Sure.
These are portobello? Baby Bellas?
Baby Bellas.
Baby Bellas, okay.
Just like your
like my daughter.
adorable
Yeah.
child.
Yes.
Yes.
And what are these?
Those are whites.
Okay, do they taste the same?
I think so. Some people say there's a little difference. She seems to think so.
there's a little bit of a difference. I think the portobellos have a little bit more of that umami flavor, which I want in a dish when I'm adding those mushrooms.
And when you get into the portobellos where they're fully out, if you want to pick one up, and you'll see that that's not all the way open. If you flip it over, it's still pretty closed.
It's
okay?
still curled. See that?
So it's not really big, and then you take another cap. Not the same.
that one? No.
Not the same. Bigger.
Bigger? This one?
That's good. Okay, so look at how the cap is opening up. And the more the cap, it is an older. So the older the mushroom gets, it does develop a deeper, earthier flavor. But if you take a brown and a white and you cook them, you can't really tell the difference. Right out here in front, we have the roasted, oven roasted mushrooms. Those are using the Baby Bellas or browns. Baby Bella is a brand name. It's another name. Some call them cremini.
Okay.
They're all the same. There's browns and there's whites.
Okay.
And the old people are portobello.
Gotcha.
Other than that, the sizing, if you're buying it, you don't want to buy button. Those are really tiny, and therefore you don't get much of a harvest. You're picking them young. But most people use the bigger ones, and those are the stuffing mushrooms, and they go for a higher price as well. But if you're buying it in food service, go for the mediums.
Okay.
You don't want really the food service one unless you're putting them through the Robocoup, because they're not the same size. So if you quarter them, you're not going to get appropriate cooking, right? You're going to have giant ones and little ones because they're not sized.
Okay.
Right.
So the mediums are sized, and they go through so many of them, and it's a good pack that it's really nice to use.
So we always talk about size matters when you are cooking, because you want everything to be uniform so that they all cook evenly on a tray.
And your ingredients, when we're putting them together, can you eat them all, together? Does it blend well on a pizza? So all the ingredients marry together, and that's what gives us that built-in building at layers of flavor from the bottom up, instead of trying to doctor it with some hot sauce or something else from the top down, right? So we build the flavors of our food, and that includes using umami-rich, immune-boosting fresh mushrooms.
So if you're going to introduce mushrooms to a child, what would you say the best recipe is to do that?
I find pizza to be the easiest because, look at how many pizza places, what is a deluxe pizza? You go in the grocery store, the frozen, it's got mushrooms on it. It's got peppers and onions and pepperoni. So we're going to do a little twist on that today, because I think it's a mushroom and marguerite pizza.
That sounds like fun.
That the kids might like, because it's got all that Italian flavor, the pop of the fresh basil, and the fresh tomato with the mushrooms roughly chopped up.
Okay.
And you can buy the sliced, pre-washed, and pre-sliced. So that's really,
Washed.
Brush.
so
Okay,
you don't
brush
have
it.
to use the brush.
Brush it.
Those are already cleaned for you. And so even taking those and then just roughly chopping them for the pizza gives you more of that portion that you can spread out the flavor, and they can all marry together.
So who's making the pizza? Are we making a pizza?
We're making a pizza.
So we're going to compete making this pizza.
Well, yeah,
You're right. It won't be much of a competition because I'm going to beat you, right?
I was afraid. I feel bad. I should be blindfolded because she's already handicapped with you on it.
That is absolutely
it's going
100%
down.
true.
It is going down. And now we're going to go to a fun fact with my baby Bella.
This mushroom has more potassium than a banana.
So we are now joined by Lauren Couchois, a culinary specialist, and she loves mushrooms. How are you doing today, Lauren?
I'm great. I am super excited to be here because I really do love mushrooms so much.
Now I have a confession to make. So you and I go back almost a decade.
We're not that old?
Not
Sure.
that old.
Yeah.
I'd say like 7 years or so. And it took me at least 5 years to get your last name correct. So I apologize.
Hey,
I had
you
to
and
ask Bree about
everybody.
it like 3 months ago.
No worries.
So say it.
Couchois.
Couchois.
Couchois?
Very French. We are not. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Couchois.
I thought it was Creole then.
No, well,
You must have some
pretty
Creole
close.
in
Yeah,
somewhere.
French Canadian.
Yep, fresh. There you go.
All right, so let's talk mushrooms. How do you use them? How do you like them?
Well, I love mushrooms from so many different points of view, right? So I've been in school nutrition almost 9 years now, and aside from using them for nutritional purposes in our meals, I enjoy them because it's something very fun to do with my family. We talk a lot about mushrooms, we do mushroom fun facts, we cook with them, and we've even grown them recently.
Oh.
And that was super cool because I don't know if you guys know, but studies show the more that kids are involved in the food that they grow, the more likely they are to eat it. So we did pink oyster mushrooms at my house, and we got a harvest about like this big, the size of my kid's face.
Okay.
And we had enough to share with 3 other families. And
Wow.
so,
Why didn't you share with me?
because you were in Florida and I'm in South Carolina now. As soon as I
touche.
moved, you moved away from me.
I was running away from you. Well, that's awesome. So it's cool to hear that the kids can actually grow the mushrooms. Like, we don't have to do as parents. They can easily grow them in these cool little kits right here.
Easy, yeah. So in my professional life, I do a lot of farm to school. I absolutely do not have a green thumb whatsoever.
Kind of like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I do kill everything.
Yeah.
You can't kill mushrooms.
Great.
They are so fascinating. They do so many things, and you basically just do one of those kits right there. You cut a slit in, provide some air, and a little spritz of water, and that sucker will grow in like a week. It's crazy. You see these little pins come up, and then like 4 days later, you've got a full-on mushroom. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Neat.
So talk to us about the nutritional side of mushrooms. Is it good for your immune system? Like, what?
Absolutely. It is an immune boosting vegetable for sure, and it provides the umami for all the other vegetables as well. So any of the vegetables, the more we consume it, we're building up our immune system. And then in this day and age, it's more important than ever, even with our little ones, to really get all those vegetables and fruits in them as many ways, as many days as we can.
I love eggs, omelets with mushrooms, and my kids love mushrooms. And just recently, we've also been adding mushrooms to our steak and cheese subs, and it brings it up a level, that umami. Have you ever, how have you introduced mushrooms to your kids, either at home or in the schools?
So, I mean, it's kind of one of those go-to, what do kids want to eat? And a kid will eat pizza, right? So mushrooms on pizza is the way we do it in my household, or in pasta as well. But they are super great. And one of the very cool nutritional facts about mushrooms is that if you go to the produce section, they're the only ones that we can consume and actually get vitamin D from. No other vegetable in the produce section can do that.
I had no idea.
Well, that's great for seasonal effectiveness disorder, which
Exactly.
so many people are vitamin D deficient, especially in the winter in the Northeast where there's no sun.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of seasons, do mushrooms grow in certain seasons? Can you grow them all year long?
All year long. They are growing in all 50 states, and because they're growing indoors in a very controlled environment, the outside seasons don't affect the price or the availability. The only time there's a shortage is around the holidays for all those stuffing mushrooms that go on, so they get tight. But for schools, it's great when you're looking for something when the traditional produce isn't in season. You can always include fresh mushrooms.
Okay.
We just ran the state of Pennsylvania for the first time, had a harvest of the month, and in February they utilized mushrooms. And that's, of course, because over 60% of the mushrooms are growing in Pennsylvania.
There you go.
So it was
Local.
so exciting
Cool.
to see that support and that partnership between states and schools to encourage local purchasing.
That's amazing.
That's neat. So you're kind of trendy a little bit. Now, Lauren, you're definitely trendy.
Thank you.
Would you say mushrooms are on trend right now?
Mushrooms are super on trend. Just on my flight down here, I was going through some news stories, and right on Wall Street Journal, there was a mushroom article. It just seems like they're always popping up. There's always something new to learn about, something new to talk about. We're finding out more and more about them. But yeah, it seems like everywhere we look now, there's just a new article about mushrooms popping up somewhere.
And it is used as a meat substitute. So
Absolutely.
it just has that nice, incredible bite to it. So people are using mushrooms in burgers to bring down sodium. People are using it as a meat option, actually in like spaghetti sauce, to kind of simulate that texture and that flavor.
Absolutely.
I love mushrooms. They're so versatile.
And this was a very popular new one that was done on a chain, a national-wide chain, for Lent, and they did a portobello Philly steak sandwich.
Oh.
And so obviously in our programs, the meat would be the cheese, but it really does change that cheese sandwich and really gives it some depth and on-trends for all of our vegetarian kids.
It's a great idea.
So Melissa, have you seen a lot of districts run a farm-to-school program that incorporates mushrooms?
Absolutely, I have. In addition to the recent Pennsylvania, I do see many states and schools utilize mushrooms for those reasons. There's local, they may have one down the road, they're available when other produce isn't available, and they're on trend to go into the Asian dishes, to the stir fries, the noodle bowls.
Stir fry.
All of those items are just any of those additions. So really they're discovering that the kids are eating mushrooms outside in commercial settings, at home with the parents, and now including them in schools.
So that means it's a part of their household food culture. They're familiar with mushrooms, so they're more likely to eat it with us.
So I want to learn another fun fact about mushrooms. Can we make that happen?
All right, so let's turn it over to my daughter, Olive Couchois, for a mushroom fun fact.
Mushrooms are made out of lots of water.
All right, it's game time.
All right, so we've got an amazing game today of a little competition between Melissa and Marlon and Amanda.
That's not competition.
Oh.
It'll be no competition.
I can't wait for you to get destroyed. So what they're going to do is try to remake a pizza using these amazing ingredients, including our star ingredient, the mushroom. But it's 2 against 1, so that seems a little unfair. So we're going to throw in a little bit of a twist to even the odds. Oh,
What's
look at
this?
that.
I
What is
did
that?
think it was a little unfair. I mean, she's stuck with you. That's
Stuck with me. I'm a blessing. Excuse you.
Not in the kitchen.
All right, so what do I do with this?
You're going to make him better looking by putting that over his eye.
Oh,
okay.
fantastic. All right.
Shots fired.
Face me a
Shots
little
fired.
bit. Let's see what we got to do here. Oh, this is a lovely
How does that color
crop.
look on these? Look good?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, making it
All right,
work.
can you see?
I can't see, but I don't need to see to
cheap
beat
a little
Melissa.
You don't need to see because Amanda is going to be telling you what to do.
So I'm recreating that pizza.
Good point.
Okay, so what
And-
happens when my pizza looks better than that pizza?
That's just not going to happen.
It's-
So we'll,
Yeah.
we'll see about that.
And
We
the
can't
best
hold
part
our
is,
breath.
I'm the judge, and as Marlon knows, I love to be judgy.
Yes, she does.
So you guys have 45 seconds to make this pizza. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
All right, and go.
Okay, so the sauce is three from the right, but there's a spoon right next to it. No,
Nope.
not
Oh,
that one.
Melissa
the other
is
way.
That
Left.
one.
That's right.
Okay.
Grab that.
Okay.
There's a
Got it.
spoon right next to it.
That's
Put your
beautiful.
left. Got it. Got it. Hurry.
Is the
Hurry.
pizza right below me?
Yes.
Did you ever
Can I just pour?
Yeah,
work
yeah,
in
yeah.
a pizza?
Pour,
Oops.
pour,
Messy.
yeah, pour it around. Pour it around.
I never worked
Pour it
in a
around.
pizza.
Pour it around.
It is around.
Hurry up.
No?
No, and
You're-
I don't think if I did, it would sound like what's happening over
Better
here.
direction.
Oh my gosh.
Better
Hope not.
direction. All right.
How do I
I
say
know how to
move it
build a
around?
pie.
Okay, put it down.
Okay.
You
Hurry,
gotta
get the
build
cheese.
a
It's on the
pie.
left. Yep.
Gotta
Got
do
it.
it
Sprinkle
correctly.
all around. Closer to you.
You better move faster, man. Time is
Oh my
running
gosh,
out.
you're not even hitting the plate.
I'm not, right here?
Melissa,
Yeah,
yours
yeah,
looks
yeah.
beautiful
All right,
already.
get the mushrooms.
I'm getting
Where are
there.
In the middle,
All
in the
right,
middle,
you guys
in the
are
middle.
about to run out of
Just get it.
time. Get
Yeah,
that
yeah,
star
yeah,
ingredient
that's
on
it.
there.
That's it. Just
And then we go
was
with
the
some
time.
meaty
Hurry up.
mushrooms.
That's beautiful. Oh, wow.
All right.
Wow, that
Okay,
pizza
all right,
looks- that pizza looks really good.
Time.
Amanda. Okay, and Melissa. Guys. Hi.
All right.
All right, we'll be back after these cook.
Oh god.
Oh.
It's going to be easy.
All right, we are back from the pizzas, if that's what we're gonna call it, from them being cooked, and now I get to
Wait,
judge
was that directed towards me?
in that general direction.
I believe my pizza is the only one that actually, I created a mushroom out of my pizza. That right there.
That's not how
That's
mushrooms
artwork.
grow.
I thought they grow anywhere.
Okay, I'm gonna declare a winner now. And there's just like, I don't even need to waste my time. Melissa, congratulations.
Yay.
That beautiful pizza. So I'll give you the winner's spatula.
Excellent.
Yeah, you win.
You should not be so excited that she
all
won.
win.
I take no responsibility for this
We
loss.
all
Look
win.
at that
if I had better
beautiful
direction,
pizza.
maybe.
False.
All right, Miss Bella. you
Melissa,
get that.
again, thank you so much for coming on behalf of the Mushroom Council and showing us all the incredible ways we can use mushrooms in our schools.
Well, thanks for having us. And on behalf of the mushroom farmers, we truly appreciate all your support. Thank you.
And thank you for watching
First Taste TV. Taste TV.
First Taste TV.
First Taste
Yeah.
TV!